slam. He did. He just left me down here. I looked down at my legs, covered in red, stitched-up wounds. It still hurt like crazy. I need to keep it together. I should just try and get some rest. I woke up in a cold sweat. The first thing I became aware of were pain and the cold basement floor underneath me. I must have passed out. I squinted at the darkness around me. Still in this hellhole basement. I tugged against the ropes behind me, my wrist still a bit. Wait, my wrist slid a bit. Okay. No, get out of skip mode. I tugged harder. It came out. Ah! 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 I'm free! I rubbed my sore wrist gingerly. My heart was pounding. Okay, I need to think about this. I can move around. What should I do? Get some more rest. Search for food, water. I want food and water. Alright, I have to focus on surviving. I sit up slowly, my entire body aching. Ow! I realized I was pretty hungry. The tiny bit of food that Strade gave me must have been a long time ago. There must be more food where that came from. Oh, my back. I spotted a little fridge off in the corner. I limped over to the fridge and pulled it open. I covered my mouth. The little fridge had a bright light. My eyes adjusted and I froze. No, there was organs, hearts, and cheap Tupperware. I felt bile rise in my throat and turned to the side. I have to keep it together. I looked around the next to the containers. There are a few cans of beer, and a sandwich bag with what looks like a cooked steak. Drink and eat. I steeled myself. Survival. I picked up the cold beer. I cracked the top and took a sip. It certainly wasn't anything fancy, but I was incredibly thirsty. I drank it quickly and began to feel a bit better. Okay, I need to rest. I slowly picked up the meat in the bag. I gulped and opened it. It smells like steak. Alright. I made my decision. Come on. I shoved the meat in my mouth and tried to eat it as quickly as possible. It was a little tough, but it really did taste like steak. I'm pretty sure it was steak. I closed the fridge. I let out a heavy sigh. I heard some movement upstairs. Shit. I scrambled back to my spot at the basement. I scrambled back at my spot at the base of the pole in the middle of the basement. I slipped my wrists into the loosened ropes. I listened for a while, but I didn't hear anything else. My head began to drop, and soon I slipped into a restless sleep. I woke up abruptly as something kicked my leg. Wow! I came to my senses and remembered where I was. Still sleeping, Desmond? Did you have a nice rest? I couldn't help but glare at him. He tapped my leg with his foot where he kicked it before. Full of piss and vinegar. Good. I groaned and pulled at the ropes. So how about something to eat? He bent down and waved something in front of me. It was another one of those energy bars. Accept the food. I looked at the bar. I need my strength. Yes, please. Oh, so polite. He leaned forward more, pressing himself against me. I shifted uncomfortably. He untied my wrists. He leaned back and handed me the bar. I unwrapped it, eyeing him nervously. He kept grinning as he suddenly flashed the knife at his hip. I got the message. I ate the bar quickly. I feel like the entire time I've been playing with Strade, time has been just flying by. And it's been like over 30 minutes. I gulped and felt a little better. I flinched as he reached out. He ruffled my hair and took the wrapper. Good. He tossed the wrapper on the already dirty basement floor. You know, I feel like we're really getting to know each other. I know it hasn't been long, but this sort of experience, it speeds things up. He leaned closer to me. It's the adrenaline. You're excited. I'm excited. He leaned even closer. As he retied my wrists, I could smell him sweating some sort of machine grease. We're sharing something very personal. You look a little scared. I tried my best to glare at him instead. I could tell how you're feeling. He looked me up and down while picking his teeth. You're all tied up on the floor. Some guy's basement. And who knows what I'll do to you? Helpless, right? I might have just been staring at him. I couldn't think of anything to say. I'll give you some control. Ooh, his heart is big and red. What happens next is completely up to you. I saw him turn around and gather a few items from a nearby table. Here's your choice, Desmond. I've heard of this choice. What will it be? Oh no. Drill. I raised a shaky hand and pointed to the drill. Oh, the drill! Really? Good choice. Nope. Nope. Please, nope. I was kind of hoping you'd pick it. I am wearing my mask loosely. Helps me breathe a lot more. Breathing. He walked to a counter to plug in the drill. I gulped and pressed my knees together. He returned with the drill. He bent close to me and pressed the trigger, letting it whirl in the air. I squirmed, my breath starting to get shallow. Don't. He lowered it to the skin on the top of my foot, teasing it. No, no! I tried to pull my foot away, but he grabbed it with his other hand. Then he pressed the drill down, tearing through the flesh. Oh my god, like my mouse disappeared for a second. I gotta like fix my mask again. Ah, man. This motherfucker here. Alright. I screamed to the ceiling. As he pulled it out, I began to sob. What the hell? That heart is a bleeding messy red. Strode stopped what he was doing and started staring at me. I started to squirm a bit. He was staring so intently. You. He kneeled and got very close to me. What are you... Was he sniffing my hair? Hey, stop! I screamed out and looked down. I didn't realize he had his knife out. He was cutting into my stomach. I was panting and sweating. I noticed he was doing the same. Hey, calm down! He moaned and smeared my blood over my chest. I started shaking. Stop, Strade! Something about the crazed look on his face made me start to hyperventilate. He pressed himself against me and reached behind me. I thought it was some sort of hug at first. Then I realized he was untying me. He shoved me down to the ground? Before I could regain my bearings, he tore off my underwear. I squeaked embarrassingly. Wait, wait! I kicked my legs at him weakly as he unzipped himself. He had no trouble yanking my tired and bloody knees apart. Help, please. I took a sharp breath. He pushed inside of me roughly. I cried out in pain as he shuddered in delight. I lifted my arms and pressed against his chest, trying to push him off. He slammed his hips against me again, then moved a hand to my face to rub his thumb over my cheek. I cried out again, more hoarsely. He kept thrusting as he lowered his hands to my neck. I wheezed between my cries. Help me. Then his other hand clamped around my throat. I clawed at his arms, but it seemed to mean nothing to him. I couldn't breathe or move. I couldn't scream. He kept moving, panting hard, staring at me with that crazed look. I could only cry silently as my vision spotted, then everything went dark. Strade loved you too much. Well, at least we know how Strade felt about me, right? My reactions were honest. Fuck. Do I want to go again, or do I just want to not? I don't know. I will go one more time with Strade. I love Strade. He's probably my favorite now.